Today I'm going to speak. Today I'm going to speak about the poem "Farewell to Bannister Country," which was written by the famous British poet A. Houseman. Uh, in this poem, the poet mentioned about a man who killed his brother and he is going to leave his village in a quick manner. That he is going to leave his village, so he is bidding farewell to the things which was related to his work and the persons who were loved by him. Uh, this poem indicates that we did not take any decision when we in an instant anger manner, that when we get instant anger we will the decision which were took in that time is not a good decision, and it will be changed our life. Let's analyze this poem stanza by stanza. Farewell to Barnard's secondary, farewell to Shavanshaw. Terence looked your last at me, for I come home no more. In the first line of the first stanza, the narrator told that farewell to barn and stack and tree. The barn, stack, and tree are the natural things in that village, and the narrator is going to miss that things. So he is telling farewell to barn, stack, and tree. And in the second line, the narrator told farewell to Seven Shaw. Seven Shaw is a British longest river, and Seven Shaw is the British longest river, and the narrator bid farewell to that river. From this, we can understand that how the narrator loved that place, and now he is going to leave the village, so he is telling farewell to that place. And in the third line of this stanza, the narrator indicate a name Terence. Terence, look, you lost at me, for I come home no more. Here, the person Terence may be the listener or the friend of this narrator, that he is um, that that he's going to leave his friend, so he's telling farewell that uh, Terence took your last at me, for I come home no more. Here that the narrator told that I will not come here anymore. So please look me last. You will not see me anymore. That I am going to leave the village. In that way, the narrator is telling that Terence took your last at me, for I come home no more. And in the second stanza, the sun burns on the half mound hill. By now the blood is dried, and Morris a knife is in his side. In this stanza, the narrator clears that narrator, the narrator, the person who killed by the narrator, that the narrator told that, and Morris among the hill is still. Here we can understand that the person who was killed by the narrator is Morris, and he is lying in the hay. Um, and we can understand that we can understand that the murder is held in a daytime, that the from the diction sunburns. Um, and in the and we can understand that the from this stanza the we can understand that when the murder is held, that the sun burns on the half mount hill. Half mount hill is half mount hill. From this, we can understand that the narrator killed his brother when mourning the field, and the narrator told that the field is halfly mound. So we can understand that from here also we can understand that the murder is held in a daytime, that the blood is dried because of the burning of the sun. The blood was dried, so we can understand that the murder was here done in a daytime. And we can hear that in this stanza the narrator provides a witness that uh, who was done the murder, that he told that and my knife is in his side. Here the addition my indicates the possessive pronoun, that the knife which was used to kill the used to done the murder is narrators, and that knife is in the side of that dead body, that the Maury's dead body. From this we can understand that the narrator done the murder, and the narrator killed his brother by stabbing him with the knife. And in the third stanza, the narrator thinks about his mother, that he told that my mother thinks us long away. This time the field were mown. She had two sons at rising day. Tonight she'll be alone. Here in the first line, the narrator told that my mother thinks us long away. From this we can understand that the mother of the narrator is thinking about her children's future. Um, and the narrator told that my mother thinks us long away. And normally parents think about their children's future, and they care about their children's safety return to home. In that way, here in the narrator's mother also waiting for the safety return of their children's. Um, but in the field, the situation is changed, that the one was died and another one is going to leave the village, and uh, the another one is going to leave the village. She had two sons at rising day. Tonight she will be alone. From this also we can understand that the mother will be alone for anymore. That the narrator did not go to his home anymore. So the mother will be alone for until her death. That why her one she had two sons, even though she is going to alone, that one has died and one is going to leave the village. Um, and here's a bloody hand to shake, and oh man, here's a goodbye. We'll sweet no more skit and drag my bloody hands and I. Here the diction bloody indicates the corrupted one, that the narrator told his hand as a corrupted hand, and he's telling goodbye to his friend and natural surroundings. We'll sweet no more skit and drink. Here also that thinks about his friend, that he told we'll sweet no more skit and drink. From this we can understand that the narrator and his friend worked in the field together. And here the narrator told that we'll sweet no more skit and drink. So we can understand that narrator is going to miss his friend, and he is going to leave his friend. So he is telling that we will not work with together anymore, by telling that we'll sweet no more skit and drink. As I told you earlier, the narrator told his hand as corrupted hand in the starting of this stanza, but in the ending of this stanza, the narrator told him as a corrupted one, that bloody hands and die. From this, we can understand that the narrator is telling him as a corrupted one. And in the fifth stanza of this poem, the narrator brings a series of wishes to his friend, that I wish you strength to bring you pride, and I love to keep you clean, and I wish you luck come Lamaside at racing on the green. Here the narrator's first wish from him to his friend is have a strength to have pride on himself. From this we can understand that the narrator is on distraction on himself, that so he's telling this, that have a strength to bring pride to you, um, and I love you keep to clean. From this, we can understand that the narrator did not have a faithful love, and the lover who loved narrator did not faithful for him, and um, she did not have a true love. From this, we can the narrator tell his friend to have a narrator wish his friend to have a good lover to keep him clean and with faithfulness and faithfulness. Uh, and then I told that, and I wish you luck, Gam Lamaside at racing on the green. Here the Dixon Lamaside, here the Lamaside is a village harvesting festival, which held in British, and in this festival the men and women were get together. So the narrator tell his friend, wish his friend to um, find a good girl in Lamaside festival and live his life in a green scenery. From this, we can understand that the narrator is feeling sad that he's not living in that green scenery, and he did not. He's going to live in a another place. And in the final stanza, the narrator brings tell his final farewell that long for me the rig will wait, and long will wait the fold, and long will stand the empty plate, and dinner will be cold. Here the narrator told the first two lines of this stanza, the narrator told that long for me the rig will wait, and long will wait the fold. Here the rig and the fold are the things which are related to his work, and then I told that they are waiting for him until he arrived. So then I told that the things are wait for him for a long period. That the long for me that it will wait, and long will stand the fall. Uh, so from this we can understand that Nanda is going to miss his work, and he is going to another place. And in the last two lines of this stanza, and long will stand the empty plate, and dinner will be cold. Here we can understand that the narrator told that directly the narrator told that the dinner and the food will be waiting for him, and the plate will be empty. But indirectly the narrator worries about his mother, that his mother is did not the mother his mother mother did not the mother will live alone until her death, that he will not go to home, and the other son is died. So the narrator told that um the narrator worries about his mother from this diction indirectly, that um, he directly told about the food and the plates, but indirectly he worries about his mother. In this poem, we can understand that in this poem we can understand that we did not get an instant anger, that when we are in instant anger, we did not take any decision in that time. That even though that love all these things, that his work, his natural surroundings, his brother, his mother, his friend, his uh, his friend, and his work field. He done a murder in an instant anger when we get an when he get anger. Uh, in that way, we can understand that we should not get any. We should not take any decisions in an anger, and we should take decisions after that time. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you.
Good evening to you all. So today the poem which I have taken to present to you is To the Evening Star by William Blake. So before we get into the poem, I'd like to draw your attention towards the poet. So the writer of this poem is William Blake, who was born in London in 1757. He's known as a painter and a printmaker than a poet. And far and away from this, he's known as one of the famous artists that Britain has ever produced. So he has written many other poems than this poem To the Evening Star. Example, The Lamb, London, and The Sick Rose, etc. He has written many more poems, and he's a poet who lived in a romantic era. So he's known as one of the best romantic poets. So now let's get into the poem. So first, before we analyze the poem, let's see the purpose of this heading To the Evening Star. So when we normally see To the Evening Star, it starts with a preposition like to. So To the Evening Star, I mean, it's something we have to reach the evening star, because when we reach the evening star, we will say that I'm going to the evening star, or I'm going to Jaffna. Like if we are saying I'm going to Jaffna, then we will use the preposition to. Or otherwise, if we are asking it from something, or we are saying to someone, we will use the preposition to. So here, the poet William Blake is choosing to say something to the evening star. He's telling, he's asking something, like he's conducting a prayer to the evening star. So that's why the title is like To the Evening Star. So let's see what is the poet is praying, or what the poet is asking from the evening star. So first, before we analyze the poem, I would like to read the poem for you first. So when we read, Thou fair-haired angel of the evening, now whilst the sun rests on the mountains, light thy bright torch of love, thy radiant crown put on, and smile upon our evening bed, smile on our loves, and while thou drawest the blue curtains of the sky, scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes in timely sleep. Let thy west wind sleep on the lake, speak silence with glimmering eyes, and wash the dusk with silver. Soon, full soon, dost thou withdraw, then the wolf rages wide, and then the lion glares through the dun forest. The fleeces of our flocks are covered with the sacred dew, protect them with thine influence. So this is the poem. So now let's now let's analyze the poem line by line. In the first line, the poet is exclamating the poem, the evening star, like thou fair-haired of the evening. Because before we ask something from our siblings or our friends, we will be like, dear, can you do this like for me? Can you do that for me? So we will be exclamating like the dear, we will use dear or darling or something. So like that, the poet is also using the word, thou fair-haired angel of the evening. He's saying that to exclamate the evening star. So here thou means it is an archaic language, no old English, which means you. So he's telling you, fair-haired angel of the evening. So normally the evening star, which means the Venus, the planet which is near the Earth, it is known as a Greek goddess and a Roman goddess of fertility, beauty, and love. So he's telling fair-haired angel of the evening. So he's telling the Venus as an angel which has dominance over the environment, or which has authority to rule over the world. So now in the first line, he's exclamating the poem, the evening star. So from the second line, he's going to ask, or he's going to pray to the evening star. So let's see what he's going to ask or pray. Now, whilst the sun rests on the mountain, light thy bright torch of love. So he's telling, because we normally know the Venus will appear when the sun disappears. As it is known as the evening star, the Venus appears to our naked eye when the sun is resting on the lake or on the west. So here also the poet is telling, whilst the sun rests on the mountain, light thy bright torch of love. So here he's telling, the poet is believing that the evening star has a power to love. So he's telling, light up your torch of love. Thy gradient crown, put on and smile upon our evening beds. Here again, he's using the word thy. Thy mean your. It's also in all the Old English. Thy gradient crown, put on and smile upon our evening beds. So he's telling to put on the crown. We know crown mean it's usually some kings will wear or queens will wear or otherwise angels will wear the crown. So he's telling the evening star as a queen or an angel. He's telling thy radiant crown put on and smile upon the evening beds. Here the evening beds is it could be expressing the world with problems, because we know in evening everyone will be going home after going to work. So he's telling the world with problem, they are filled with problems. So light your torch and put your gradient crown. Radiant mean the light rays or something, powerful light rays. So he's telling to put that and smile on them, which means he's praying to smile on them, which could give them a relief. Smile on our loves. After you smile on our evening, there's the world with problem. Smile on our loved ones, he's asking. And while thou drawest the blue curtains of the sky, scatter thy silver dew. Uh, scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes in timely sleep. So he's asking, when you are coming up, when you're appearing, put those blessings on on the flowers which are going to die in few time, after sometimes. Because silver dew means it's blessings, because we normally know people say the heaven as a silver city. So silver dew mean it's saying the heavenly blessings. So he's saying give your heavenly blessings on the flowers which are going to die after some time, because if you give your blessings on those flowers, they could survive, or they could live for some times and make others happy. Let thy west wind sleep on the lake. So he's asking next to let the west wind sleep on the lake. So from this we can get an idea that west wind is something which the people don't like. So he's telling to let the west wind rest on the lake. Speak silence with thy glimmering eyes and wash the dusk with silver. Here he's telling that Venus is more like an angel. So he's asking you to speak silence with the glimmering eyes. So here the personification is used for the planet, because he's telling he's giving human characteristics to a planet Venus. And wash the dusk with silver dew. Dusk it means some darkness or time period when the sun is disappearing. So he's asking to wash that dusk with silver dew, which means the blessing. He's asking to wash those things with the evening star's blessing. Soon, full soon. So he's telling to do it very quickly. Soon, full soon. Dost thou withdraw? Then the wolf rages wide, and then the lion glares through the dun forest. So he's asking he's saying, if you withdraw, if you are withdrawing now, if you are not doing these things or you are letting it go, then the wolf rages wild. So here the wolf rages wild wolves means the some evil things or evil actions that are happening, like. Wolves mean the people doesn't normally like wolves. They are evil things. It is more like evil, and they will be roaming out freely, which could frighten the people. So he's telling don't withdraw. He's indirectly saying, so don't withdraw, because people won't be happy if you withdraw. And then the lion glares through the dun forest. So this also means the same action. The lion glares through the dun forest. Dun forest means dark forest. So he's telling not to withdraw. The fleeces of our flocks are covered with thy silver dew. So fleeces of our flocks. Here mean flocks mean he could either say the sheeps, because we know at night times some shepherds will be shepherding their sheep. So if the lions are coming out or roaming out, it could be a threatening for those people, for the shepherds to shepherd their sheep. So he's telling, if you don't withdraw, those fleas of the flock, those flocks will be very safety and protect. So telling, the fleeces of our flocks are covered with thy sacred dew. So it is giving either this meaning, or else it could be representing the innocent people, the crowd, innocent crowd, because we can see William Blake is one of the person who is influenced by churches. So it could be showing the biblical background of William Blake by this word, fleeces of our flocks. So fleeces of our flocks are covered with thy sacred dew. Sacred means something pure, which is pure. Dew means some blessings, it could drops of blessings. Protect them with thine influence. So the poet is finally finishing to by asking a prayer to the evening star, protect them all, which means the shepherds or the sheep or the innocent crowd, and above we have seen that the loud ones, the evening birds, and everyone who live in this world. He's asking to protect them with thine influence. It means he's asking to protect them all with your blessing. He's asking to the evening star to protect them with all your blessings. So here we can see the belief of the poet, the William Blake, because he's believing on the evening star Venus, and he's asking a lot of things like protect us, give us blessings. He's asking a lot of things to the evening star because he's believing it, that evening star is someone who could do all these things to him. So this is the analysis of this poem. Now let's see the techniques used in this poem. First, we can see the structure. It is a 14-line verse, free verse. It's ordered in a free verse. The anarchic language, I already told you that thou, dost, and thy. It means the Old English, and it's also a technique. Then personification, he's telling smile upon our loud, because people only smile. So he's asking the evening star to smile upon them. So there's personification used. Then metaphor, he's telling fair-haired angel, then put your gradient crown. So there are metaphors used because he's metaphorically expressing the evening star, the Venus, as he's expressing it as an angel or queen. Then sacred dew is also mean the holy water, and silver mean it's heavenly blessing, silver dew, heavenly blessing. Then repetition is used here when he says soon, full soon. We can see the sound soon is coming again, which is bringing in rhyming sound. So repetition is used. Then symbols are used for lions and the wolves are showing are symbolically expressing the evil thing or evilness, darkness of the world. So symbols are used, and also the fleeces of our flocks. It is also symbolically used for innocent people and the innocent crowd. So like this, many of the techniques are used by William Blake in this poem to the evening star. And this whole poem is expressing how the poet is praying to the evening star, the Venus. So this is the analysis of this poem. I think it will be clear. So thank you for listening. Thank you.
Good evening, all of you. Today I'm going to speak about The Clown's Wife by John Sennegard. It is one of the John Sennegard is one of the British playwright and a poet and a short story writer, and he wrote many interesting poems with his talent. This The Clown's Wife is the title of the poem. The Clown's Wife is about the clown, but much emphasis is paid on the wife of the clown. It is through the voice of the wife, and the reader can understand the visual imagery of the clone. Through the wife describes the real nature of her husband. True nature is revealed revealed by the very devoted wife, and who is trying her best to cheer her worried and cheer her worry towards her husband. Therefore, the title suggests that the subject matter is the clone. The wife's contribution is larger than this contribution to the poem. Maybe to the life of the clone itself. Let's look at the poem. This is start with about my husband the clone. What could I say? From these lines, we can understand the speaker is the wife of the clone. Then this information coupled with the title points to its importance. And here the poet used the inversion to change of word order, and it shows hesitation and confusion towards the readers. And he uses the and he creates the dramatic effect and hesitation. It is written by the first person point of view to brings more actual view on the poem. More hesitation towards the poem, and the clone's wife is going to describes about her husband. It is so interesting poem because it is under the theme of life, and the husband does not know where to the wife, the cloud's wife is going to describe about her husband, and but she does not know how to start. The use of day-to-day language and questions are genuine value to the poem. The start is like she is answering of the question of one of the journalists. Her hesitation creates a dramatic effect, showing that she is not going to tell her happy news about him. And the second line usually come first when asking a question. For example, what could I say about my husband, the clone? However, the poet changed the structure of a reason because, as I already told, that it is called an inversion, and the God wants to draw our attention to something. That something is the inversion roles between the wife and the clone, a role reversal, and we can assume that it is called as foreshadowing, and it plays out in the poem. That is one of the good idea to keep the concept of inversion in the minds. Uh, Read the poem. In the next line, on stage, he is a different person. Up there, he is a king on a throne, but at home, you should hear him. Here, the poet used metaphor um, to add more beauty to the poem. That is the king on a throne. Her description of the clone rose parallels of two aspects of life of her husband. She reveals that the clone is a perfect at his role on the stage, but at home, he's a desperate character. The situation of the clone is a very ironic one, and one expects the clone to be a happy person, but the clone described by the wife mourns at home. It shows the reality behind the painted face was real face, and through the clone, we can assume that his sorrow behind the mask of the circus. Here, his real nature is revealed at his natural books. The reason might be he is he's surrounded by pressure of life, or maybe his job may not pay him enough, and at the circus he has to act before the audience, but at home he has to face the real life. His real life seems to be a trauma. It shows the three lines of the poem, and the positions us to things duality, duality. Then it is one of the main theme in this poem. It is expressed by these lines. Being a different person on stage points to a dual existence. Furthermore, the fourth lines comments this idea, and we learn that on stage he is a king on a throne, and which again brings duality to our mind, because the wife knows uh, uh, a clear attention on the stage at explodes, and she also highlights a contrast when he is not on a stage. Here she does not have to mention this contrast because the reader can assume it. However, if there are any doubts, he makes it clear the next lines. The moment he walks through the door without the red nose and then funny clothes, he seems to have the world on his shoulder. Here she's here his shoulder indicate the possessive pronoun, and responsibilities uh, towards the clone, and seems to have is one of the similarly